Bye, Dream!
Wait, what?
What you saw right there was one of the most insane plays I've seen in a while by Dream, who is infamous for other MLG tricks in his manhunts. But then that begs the question, how hard is it to actually replicate this? Luckily, a YouTuber by the names of rthis has attempted to reenact this MLG play with extreme precision in replicating the exact setup Dream had. And let's just say, it's pretty freaking hard. But then that also begs the question, what is the hardest MLG in Minecraft? Well, what classifies as an MLG to me is a quick and sharp play that allows you to negate a lot of fall damage and prevent death. And it has to be very smart. To test all these MLG tricks out, I built a 30-block tower out of cobblestone. The first MLG we're gonna test out is the most common one. I'm pretty sure you all know it. It's the Mlg Water Bucket. This one was very easy and I did it on my first try. The second MLG is with a sweet berry. I expected this to be a little more challenging, but I also got this on my first try. The next item is gonna be a boat. The reason this MLG is significantly harder than the previous one is that not only do you have to place it at the exact right timing, but you also have to click on it or else you will die. The placement alone also requires you to be away from the ground an exact amount of blocks, which makes this significantly harder as well. Alright, this is my 6th try. Oh, okay. This might have taken the most attempts, but this was relatively pretty easy. Besides just using a boat, there are many other objects you can MLG with, such as using a chorus fruit, hay bale, cobweb, and a nether vine. So I decided to try out all of those objects, and they all have one thing in common. I died once or twice trying it, but it was relatively still pretty easy. I rate this a medium difficulty. But hold up a sec, rewind, pause, and let's focus on the chorus fruit. I was under the impression that chorus fruit can just negate fall damage by eating it, but apparently it's not possible, and I don't know if it's just my PC or if that was just a bad glitch, so I gave it another try. I didn't die this time, but perhaps it was because I was already low enough so that when I teleported, it didn't even do enough damage. So my ultimate conclusion is that the chorus fruit MLG is possible, but it's not reliable, especially from a high distance. Instead, you should just eat it at the top of a mountain and you will just teleport to the bottom. We're gonna amp up the difficulty now. We're gonna try an Mlg Ladder Clutch. The reason this one was extremely hard is not only do you have to place a ladder at the side of a block, which is already hard to do, but you also have to land there at a specific spot. I thought I tried to land in the grass block for a more realistic scenario, but that clearly isn't possible, so I went back to landing on the granite platform I made. In this shot, you can see me successfully placing the ladder, but as I said before, getting the position as well is also hard, making this extremely difficult. Now I know how to place a ladder and land on it successfully, but the question is, can I do it simultaneously? Here you can see me land on the very top of the ladder, but the thing is, at the very top you still take fall damage, so you have to land at the very side of it. Here's another example of why this MLG is so difficult to pull off. This is after a few more tries. Another method to negate fall damage is to take damage while you're mid-air, as you see in this clip, which makes some pretty cool MLGs. My first idea was to spawn a bunch of skeletons and hope that when I fall down, one of the skeletons will shoot at me and I will negate all velocity fall damage. Instead of the skeletons attacking me, they start attacking each other for some reason. I quickly realized that the skeleton attack speed just isn't fast enough to hit me mid-air so that I negate the fall damage. So I came up with another plan. Instead of using skeletons, why not use zombies, because they don't need to shoot anything and hopefully I can get instant hits. I didn't survive, but maybe this was just a bad attempt. I think the zombie attack speed is still too slow for me to just land on the ground with them. So instead I built an air pillar and put a zombie up there so that I can get hit when I fall down, and hopefully that way I can succeed in MLGing with a zombie. So I started brainstorming, okay, zombies don't work, skeletons don't work, so what if I get a dispenser to shoot an arrow at me mid-air so that there's no RNG factor? I made a little redstone creation where I connected the redstone clock to 2 dispensers fully filled with 2 stacks of arrows each. This is what I call the redstone dispenser MLG. This didn't seem to work as the arrows fired at a slower pace than I anticipated, so that when I fell down, the arrow probably didn't even shoot at the right time. But this seemed to be mostly about RNG, so maybe I can go down and get a good luck. Still no luck. I made a little modifications with pistons and tripwire hooks to hopefully get the timing right, so instead of rapidly firing, this will only fire once I hit the tripwire. Here goes nothing. I made further changes to the redstone machine to hopefully get the timing right. I even made the tripwire hook higher, which required me to put more slime blocks and piston and redstone blocks. Whilst in creative mode, the machine seemed to work fine, so I wanted to try this out in survival now. I could spend more hours tweaking this machine, but I got really tired, so we're gonna unofficially declare this MLG impossible. The next MLG I will be testing out is a Pearl MLG. This is extremely hard because pearls actually fall at a slower rate in which humans fall, so you actually have to time this extremely well on the ground. I was slightly suspicious at how easy it was, so I decided to try it again. As it turned out, the pearls actually do fall faster than their character falls, so I think I was lied to before. This one was most definitely the easiest of all. Remember Dream's insane Mlg boat in the beginning of the clip? Well, I wanted to try it out myself because all these Mlgs I've done were so easy. Nope, 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 I'm not doing this trick. Next Mlg, please. Okay, last attempt. Did you see? Some of you might remember Dream's infamous manhunt where he boated across lava using boats. I'll be real honest, I thought this one was much easier because I've actually successfully done this before, but for some reason I just couldn't pull it off. I've decided to try out the Mlg Lava Bucket, but that just proved to be not possible, even with fire resistance. Now we've come to the end. What actually is the hardest Mlg? Well, out of all the Mlgs I've tried to pull off, I can confidently say this is the hardest one. According to YouTube statistics, viewers enjoyed my 100 days in an amplified world the most. And I've put countless hours into making that video and I'm really proud of it, so if you have some time, please go check it out.